Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Endzone, A World Apart, Episode 4. Alright, this cultivated field is getting a little irradiated. One thing that I could do, and I'm surprised I haven't done yet, is a decontamination post. A decontamination post uses coal, or rather decontamination kits, to decontaminate food sources. So I'm going to build one of those now. The reason it's irradiated is I have a lot of radioactive rain happening right now, so it's just irradiating everything. So here we go.
Looks almost peaceful if it weren't for the caved-in roof. That must have been one big bang. The remnants have still got to be emitting tons of radiation. Just listen to that Geiger counter.
Okay. So if we take a look here and go to the turbine building, research utensils can be found here. So let's do that. This must be a turbine. Expect that it's 10 times bigger than the one we use to generate power in the Endzone. Just imagine the output alone. And to continue, it suggests that I use radiation suits, which I have, and we're going to continue with an action point. And we gained metal. And then I'm also going to search the barrels. Oh no, back over to the turbine again. And we gained knowledge, electronics, and metals, as well as research utensils. Okay, so the turbine building is done. I am going to search the main facility. We are going to go through the side entrance, getting more metals. And go through these sturdy doors. Take a look around. And we are now underground. I can search the machinery, old truck, or storage room. I'll go for the storage room. I gained additional suits. I'll search the old truck. I gained a technician badge, more electronics, metals, and scrap. And search the machinery. Gain scrap, metals, and electronics. Alright, so the sturdy doors are fully searched. I'm going to now search the collapsed floor. A bunch of people got hurt, but I did gain suits. I have 2 action points left, so I'm going to search the roof for more metals. And go through the roller doors one last time. And then I'm going to loot and return. So I have filled my pack, and let's take no scrap and more metals and yeah, okay, that's fine. And I'll have to come back for more later on. Loot and return. Safe trip home. So I gained a bit of knowledge. I've also gained research utensils. So my research tree amount has gone up, where I can research level 1 technology here, giving me access to more items, as you can see. And they're going to return, albeit a little wounded, and I can always make a return trip. So we gained research. What sort of expedition should I run? Another technology one, a food one, or a resource one? I'll leave that up to you. Okay, so I've fully unlocked electronics now, and I'm going to open up the research menu because I am going to need to research defensive strategies for the upcoming raiders, so I can't leave that to pull. It's going to be required. I'm going to need to build a mine, ammunition factory, and a watchtower. The other thing I could do is for electricity, as soon as I get a little bit more metals, I can actually start to electrify my tailor shops and my recyclers and my scrapyard to be able to manufacture faster, or electrify my my forester's lodge to be able to solve the wood shortage as well. Those would be good ones to hit first. because of some shortages I have. I still need medicine, but I'm very quickly producing it in my medical facility here. So I'll hit that 168 here in just seconds. Cheers. Okay, expedition returned home. A lot of what they brought was metals, so that will help with my metal shortage, I think. And then I have 4 scouts to produce more expedition rations so that I can return there sometime soon, or somewhere else, depending on how you vote. You got about a half minute left to vote. Okay, our doctor's experiments appear to be promising, although in their opinion they could still use more materials to good use to make sure everything runs smoothly. So the next stage of this forum task has me obtaining more healing herbs. So right now, a quest for herbs where I need to get 164 herbs. Right now it's saying that I'm at my production limit for herbs, so I'm going to raise my limit up 200 so that I can produce 164 additional herbs for the rewards being medicine, black, salsify, and knowledge. So I actually gain knowledge out of this if it works out well. And you guys want me to run a farming and orchards mission. So expedition or food and seeds. Cool. I have so many electronics right now. And it's also saying that I need to produce some activated carbon masks. Trust me, dude, I am trying. I have 2 tailor shops running full time on that. So let's go to electricity, and as soon as I can unlock wind turbines for 1 knowledge, I will. We just have to get through defensive strategies first. And then fulfilling the herbs will give me a knowledge that I can unlock wind turbines if you all want me to get wind next. I'll leave that up to you. So for electricity, if I want to electrify stuff, wind turbines run 24/7, but they don't produce a ton of power, whereas solar only runs during the day, but then you need to store the power in batteries. It's easier to run wind initially, but beneficial later on to run solar, because it generates orders of magnitude, almost an order of magnitude 10 more power. I'm also going to unlock the trading post too, because I have plenty of spare resources to throw that together. So here's my market. Oh, my decontamination post needs decontaminators, so I'm hiring 2 of them. And what they do is they produce decontamination kits out of water and charcoal, which I have none of right now, but I'm working on that as well, to decontaminate food and within the colony. Boom! I've already fulfilled the lack of clothing, so now I have 22 masks and 34 radiation suits. That got resolved pretty quickly. My research station nearly has all the wood it needs for the defensive strategies, and that would be aided by having more of my builders turn to settlers to grab wood. And then also, I'm going to lower the amount of wood or water carriers I have to gather more wood, because I don't need as many carriers as I currently have. For all of the medical facilities, I'm going to ramp that down because I don't need as much medicine as I'm currently producing. It's unnecessary. I was just doing it for a quest. And then instead, I'm going to ramp up my herb gathering to fulfill the quest for herbs quickly, so that we can get the medicine and knowledge out of that. You know what? I am going to put those water carriers back, because I do have a drought coming, so that would be good to plan for. I do have a decent amount of expedition food, so let's run one. I am going to go out to this greenhouse. I'm going to take only the not super old, bring 3 people, 8 action points, metal tools, and carbon masks to this greenhouse ruin, and hopefully it will have seeds for me. Trading post is done. I'll employ a person running it. And traders just arrive, like 1 per season, and yeah, you just trade with them. Pretty straightforward. After I get defensive strategies, what next research should I get? So the options would be, the good ones that I think would be advanced school, weather station, or wind turbine. That's probably the most useful. So there you go. Give me 2.5 minutes to vote on that, because we're about to get defensive strategies now that all the resources have been delivered. Alright, I also have an excess of cloth at the moment, so I'm going to switch you over to plastics and you over to metals, because I'm maxing out on cloth. Alright, my expedition is traveling. Here they go. The gatherers and farmers heading up to that greenhouse. Great news! The healing herbs got provided, and they made a lot of medical supplies. We also gained knowledge. Awesome. That was a great forum. So you can see here how the forum can be used as a really powerful tool to advance your society. But it does force you to commit to doing certain things. Dead bodies in the streets. Alright. That should be really easy to do. All I have to do is hire a mortician. Done. And completed. Land of Milk and Honey, I already failed at. Maybe I take Land of Milk and Honey when the expedition comes back with a new seed. So instead I'm going to do Balanced Diet. So Balanced Diet needs 10 food sources? You gotta be kidding me. You just really want food variety. You're trolling me now. Do I have a lot of bodies in the streets? No, I have like 4. Okay, I'll hire a few morticians to clean that up. I'm also gonna pull the people that the herbalists that were gathering herbs from 4 to 1 because I don't need that many, and let's just gather all those corpses. So I have 6 morticians just to clean up whatever bodies are around. I did end up getting defensive strategies, so now that is going to unlock some mining for sulfur. So this mine is a really ugly building. People don't want to live next to the mine, so I'm going to put the mine here, away from those houses. You guys want me to research wind next. So wind turbine's getting going. And then next to the mine, I am going to place down what did it want me? An ammo factory? I'm going to place down an ammo factory right here. Which uses the sulfur from the mine to make munitions with metal. And then the last thing they want me to do is build a watchtower that I'm going to build last. And that's going to prepare me for incoming raiders. And again, my wood is terrible, so I'm going to cut some wood around here. So I don't think that it kind of overlaps that collection flag. Here we go. That should be fine. But I don't have any settlers to do that. So I'm going to ramp down the water carriers to put settlers to cut those trees. Do I have a new seed yet? No. I'll leave that empty for now. All right, how's my expedition? Oh, here comes a trader.
We've arrived at the green.
So here's the greenhouse. Nothing promising so far, so let's search it. There was a planting area that I'll search. Corn seed. Nice. And a ventilation shaft for fungus or mushroom. Loot and return. Done. All right, I guess we are planting corn. There we go. And that should then kick up our balanced diet from an 11th food source. And here is a trader.
Hey, I hope the sleazy settlement has stuff I can do something with. At any rate, it's your lucky day because Lizzie Rasmus is precisely what you pitiful little worms are looking for.
All right, I am going to buy her iodine pills and wood for herbs. I have so many herbs. And I'm also going to sell... I don't have much else that she wants to buy. So I'm going to lower the amount of iodine pills that I buy to, like, 10. And then sweeten the pot with a little bit more metal. And she'll, like... Okay. She still doesn't want this?
You're not exactly making...
Okay, she still doesn't want that. So more metals. Man, she's greedy.
You're not exactly making...
You are a pain, girl. Fine. No coal. More metals.
Fine.
Okay. There we go. So I'm getting iodine pills and wood for metals and herbs. And then someone hired to fulfill the logistics role will do the trade with her. So it might be wise to hire... as long as we are giving the materials quick enough, I don't need to hire more people. But it might be wise to make sure that that role is fulfilled. There we go. Corn's coming. Oh, a sandstorm's coming too. Well, bye-bye, corn. It was nice. Alright, let's see how bad I get walloped. Oof. Jetty going bye-bye. 4 houses going bye-bye. Hunting lodge nearly going. Not great, but not critical. One thing I could do is to reduce the amount of gatherers, fisher, and hunters to put more builders in to get the repairs affected quicker. But I'm also lacking scrap and wood, which is going to be essential for affecting those repairs too. But we're okay. Actually, the corn was fine. The corn didn't mind the the sandstorm anyway. But it did knock one of the food sources out, so I had 10, and now I'm down to 9. Assuming that fish got removed from the circulation. Yeah, there we go. Now that I'm getting my fishing back. My expedition returned home. And then this greenhouse ruin could be marked for salvage, because it's no longer needed. I'm going to go back out to the combine harvester to just collect what I left behind, so I'm just going to send... one of my builders, Kelly, as long as Kelly's not old, to go collect the rest of that. Okay, the water's back. I'm going to prioritize repairing the jetty over everything else, so that we replenish our water quicker. Is there a way to reinforce structures so they withstand storms better? Yes, with technology. So if you take a look at the tech tree and go to like food and housing, you can build sturdier houses and upgraded shelters through research that withstand storms more capably. Good. There's not a lot of terrestrial radiation right now. I've got plenty of masks, and I'm actually maxed on tools. So one of the things I could do is raise the cap to 100 tools, which I don't think is a terrible idea, just so I have a huge surplus of tools. And then to raise the cap for tailoring for activated carbon mass up to, well, I guess it already is 100. We'll keep it there. I am hurting for scrap. Oh, is this scrapyard? No, this scrapyard still has stuff in it. There's still a little bit of resources left in that radius. But I might move the scrapyard over to up here, because it's just physically closer to the yard itself, and we'll collect quicker. So here's my new cornfield. And the mine is done, getting built. I'm going to pause it. And that's going to fulfill the mine requirement for the well-fortified preparation. I'm also going to build a watchtower, and I'll stick the watchtower right here next to my town center. But I'm going to pause that because I'm going to build the ammo factory first. There's no point in having a watchtower with no bullets. Get the watchtower first. I'm nearly done with the wind turbine research. It was bottlenecked from metal, it looks like. Remind me to change my recyclers back to making cloth at some point. I just basically made all my recyclers make metal, because I have a shortage of metal. So there we go. There's the ammo factory. So now with the ammo factory, I'm going to open up the mine, put one miner in, put one person working in the ammo factory. Guess there was already one, because they got pulled over from the tool workshop, because it's a technician job, so they share. There. And then we're going to start making metal bullets rather than rubber bullets. So rubber bullets are non-lethal possibility to defend against looters, or metal bullets. Metal bullets are lethal. Should we use metal or rubber bullets? I'll just ask you. Lethal or non-lethal? And I did just get wind turbines unlocked. So with the new wind turbine unlocked, let's electrify our scrapyard and our forester's lodge, because that's where I'm bottlenecked most. So I'm going to stick a wind turbine as close to the foresters as I can without upsetting the people that live there. So in that location. And that wind turbine will increase the foresters' efficiency. And I'm going to have 200 watts left over, because the wind turbine supplies 300. So for that 200 extra wattage, what else do I want? Maybe bring it over to the school? Or... yeah, maybe electrify the two schools, perhaps. I'll have to think about that. Alright, expeditions here. Loot and return. That was just a combine with some basic resources left. And it looks like you guys want metal bullets. So I'll make metal bullets. Which requires sulfur, coal, and metal. So over here, I'm also going to do another wind turbine. Wind turbines lose efficiency when they're next to one another, so I'm going to build this wind turbine here to help to electrify my charcoal and my scrapyard, so that they can produce charcoal and scrap faster. because that's what I'm really bottlenecked on right now. I'm not really sure if it's what the advantage of using rubber bullets are. I think maybe to have people added, but I'm not, or to have to bury fewer people. I'm not very clear on that. I've mostly just shot people, is I guess what I'm trying to say. So what food source am I missing? Berries, mushrooms, wild boar, roe, venison, beans, cabbage, corn, apples, fish, zucchini. I guess I don't have a 11th source right now. So as soon as my expedition's home, maybe I'll try to get 11th source of food. Or maybe trade for it? And I'm going to put one more person working at the trading post so that we can get the iodine pills and the wood. I just don't have the metal yet to give her. The list did include corn. Yeah, corn is right here on the pie chart. And fish. I could try to have my hunters hunt something else, so I'm doing boar and deer. So let's see if I can't hunt something else other than boar or deer for 11th. Looks like there's really only boar or deer near me though, so I don't think it's going to be efficient or sensible to try to hunt like chicken or something. Hare. Because I don't see any around. It's just not available. Yeah, it's not available, so I'm not going to worry about that. We'll have to run an expedition for it. Am I fishing? I am. My fishing hut's a little damaged, but I am definitely fishing. Alright, so the deal is closed. I have given all the metals and the herbs that they asked for and got iodine pills as a result. As well as some wood. Which is weird that I traded for wood, but I needed it. This expedition finally returned home, and I'm going to try to do an expedition for seeds. So, out to this greenhouse ruin. I'm going to bring some scrap collectors, because it says that it wants scrap collectors. I'll take enough for 10 actions. I'll bring masks and metal tools. And hopefully, fingers crossed, I get another seed to be able to fulfill this balanced diet requirement. So for well prepared, I'm actually going to build this next because I'm running out of time. I only have 2 seasons left for well fortified preparation. So this watchtower is the next thing I build. Sorry, wind turbine, you're going to have to wait. You know what? That wind turbine, it's already built. Cool. So now that it's built, the Forester's Lodge works at much higher efficiency because it's electrified. And then I'm going to go ahead and do an electricity pole here. I'll stick it right here. And then another one here to be able to electrify the school. So what I'm going to do is go in and turn off the market, the pub, and these cabins so that the cabins, markets, and pubs don't absorb the electricity instead. You can basically designate who gets power and who doesn't. So I want to specifically designate the school to provide an electrified school for a more efficient school. And then what I'm going to do is run this power cable over to the other wind turbine that's on the other side of town, so I have one unified network. And then I'll have to turn off all of the power consumers between here and there so that I can designate who gets power and who doesn't. So the 2 schools are going to become electrified and nothing else for now. But as I expand the power grid, I can start to electrify more things. The water tower and electrified pump wells are really good uses of power as well. But yep, my Forester Lodge should help to replenish some of the wood that I don't currently have. And then also getting my collector flag. Where did I leave it last? Oh, over here? Yeah, it's already cleared the whole thing out, huh? Put this up near the cemetery and then run a dirt road for it. Okay, there we go. Watchtower's done. And I fulfilled that task. So now I'm working on the balanced diet. Which is the same goal, expedition for food and seeds. And electrify the colony. So these power poles and the wind turbine. I'm going to make the wind turbine the next highest priority so that this kiln here gets electrified. Because that is a real bottleneck. And also the scrapyard will become electrified, which is the other real bottleneck, and they just happen to be next to one another, which is perfect. Hey, trader's here.
Ola Sorensen at your service. We sell food.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to buy some pineapple from you because that will be a new food source, won't it?
Nowadays, you can use all these delicacies to turn your settlement into a little spot worth living in.
All right, what else do I want from you? I don't want your highly irradiated water, but I will buy some beer as well. And I'll trade you some tools, and we're done.
This case.
So that should hit the balanced diet once the trade is fulfilled. All I have to do is give 7 metal tools, and I happen to have 44 of them, and I get some beer and pineapple. So I'm good with that. Oh, also, Gideon Jarris, thank you for the follow, and D-Did, thank you for the sub. Sorry I missed that. When it happened, I apologize. Oh, so my production limit of coffee beans is full. So I'm going to pause this farm field and reduce the amount of farmers that I have because I have no more use for coffee at the moment. I think eventually when I go into prosperity, once I have more technologies unlocked, I can unlock coffee as a something that I can make to show how prosperous my colony is, but I don't have that unlocked yet, so I don't really have need for more coffee beans until that point. But it also looks like I'm going to need some more water hauling, because I do have a drought incoming, and my water's rather low. Not dangerously so, but it would be good to get that addressed now. And there it is, the oncoming drought warning. Another way that I could do that is to lower the irrigation amount from my farm fields down to just medium, which uses a little bit less water. I'll be able to make coffee soon, Chaos Engine, but I can't make it now. Not yet. There it is. Balanced diet is fulfilled. So, feast? Yeah, let's do a feast, because I'll be able to do that instantly. Done. And then additional survivors. Should I accept additional survivors? So the issue is that they're going to require tools and food and water and shelter and all that jazz. So I can accept this as an additional decree or not. It'll be up to you. I'll give you 2.5 minutes to vote on that. Taking a look at my shelters. There is 7 spots free here. 3 spots free there. 10 spots free. So I have room for about 20 additional people, I guess. Thereabouts. So there's some wiggle room here. I'm a little worried about my low water, but short of the low water, everything else looks okay. And let's build that wooden turbine now. Yeah, it's even warning me with low water reserves now. I should be going back up, though. All right, so here we go. Here's the greenhouse. And I'm going to look in their ventilation system, find hemp, metal, and plastic, and then their accessories, scrap and metal. So there wasn't really any seeds here. And I can't take everything home, so that's fine. I'll have to make a return trip at some point. But that was a bust, unfortunately. Man, I really need coal badly. Come on, kiln. We're about to electrify the kiln, so it will be solved very soon. I'm also about to get another research, so I'll poll you about how to spend that point in a minute. Come on, turbine. Yes! Alright, so now that we have electrified kiln and scrapyard, that's going to help out a lot. And then I think that this network up here has 100 more watts to dole out. Unfortunately, it's not enough wattage to go for a tailor shop or workshop, but actually, at the moment, my tools and my radiation protection look fine. So perhaps we can dole that out to something else. The next important one that I want to build is this electric pole, because that will electrify this school. And yes, you guys say take additional survivors. So back in the forum, I need to produce food, water, and have another shelter available. Ugh, they're forcing me to build another shelter. Fine. There we go. The game UI looks a bit different since the last time I streamed it. Yeah, it's had a lot of updates since then. Okay, my water looks okay with all the new water haulers. Getting the water from the jetty. What to research next? So let me show you the options for an informed decision. So I could do weather station to predict rainstorms and the like. Advanced school again to be able to educate better. We could also go with coal mining to be able to make a coal mine to get coal that way rather than burn trees. Or sturdy housing so that our houses can withstand sandstorms a little bit better. Or save the knowledge. Or more expensive options. What do you guys think? I know I didn't put all the options on there, but they all wouldn't fit anyway. Okay, so the electrified coal kiln, very helpful. We also have an electrified school. Which is awesome. And the other school is now electrified too. And then let's connect the two grids. With those last two poles. So then both wind turbines will be connected to one another. Alright, the expedition returned home. And I can continue the expedition to this ruin. It's just collecting stuff. So I will have settlers go out there. If I could find my settlers. God, where am I? All right, fine. Builders, then? I'm trying to not pull people from tasks that are more important. All right, I'm being fed up, so I'm just going to grab 2 scrap collectors and send them out. All right, if you haven't voted yet for the next research project, feel free to vote now. And I'm still working on the additional survivors here. I need to produce a little bit more food, a little bit more water, and build this shelter, which is almost done. There is a new trader.
Hi there. I'm Susan Melfi, meteorologist and flying saleswoman for a versatile number of, versatilities. I have a whole range of things your settlement can definitely make good use of. Maybe we could do some business, huh?
Okay, I'm going to buy some iodine pills for food.
That sounds...
Done. I'm giving 65 food for 6 iodine pills. Iodine pills can be used for expeditions that have high rates of radiation at the location, so that's why I'm getting the iodine pills. I'm going to raise the production limit of metal, cloth, of all that stuff up to 200. Plastic. Actually, go to the production limit screen. It'll be easier to do it here. So electronics up to 200. Coal up to 200. Expedition rations. I'll keep it 100 because I don't need more than that. It looks like Sturdy House wins by 1 vote. Whoever just voted last. Riddick. Oh, task completed. So 25 new settlers just joined. Cool. Taking a look at the forum board. Research in the area of technology. So they want me to research weather station. Should I? Should I research weather station instead? It would make people happy instead of doing Sturdy House. So, are we going to allow the game to overrule your decision? Yes or no? Man, normally I would time for this, but it looks like overwhelmingly you guys say, yes, just do it. No one's disagreed so far. So I'm going to pull that poll early and listen to the game. Weather station, here we go. I have 100 surplus watts to be able to supply a workplace with extra... I think what's probably best is if I add another wind turbine. As close to the original one as I can. Guess it's going to be here. Power that up. And then electrify a water tower and the well. So I'm actually going to turn the well on now. And then run a pole over to the well. And that will help to get me more power. An electrified well is going to just be a lot more efficient during the night and day. And then eventually electrify the water tower. Electrifying the water tower will make it so that it requires less coal to filter the water sources. So the current priority is build a weather station. Care of you guys voting. Yeah, the game just simply didn't listen to your poll. I know, it's rude, right? All right, we have another drought incoming, and my water is not fully satisfied, I would say. So I'm going to build yet another well right here. So that we have 2 wells giving water to the water tower. And there's a new mission here for decorations, which is really easy to fulfill. So once I get weather station researched, and I'll add some decorations. And the trader is gone. Left me with some iodine pills, which haven't been pulled from the trade station yet. Okay, so here's the second well. Hiring a well keeper. And that way, even during droughts, I have 2 wells to draw water from, which is not going to be enough to fully sustain us during drought times, but it will help to offset it a lot. Puppy is gone, I know. As soon as he gets back, I'll give him puppy treats. He was just let outside. So weather station is getting its scrap and wood. Looks like the Forester's Lodge is still not keeping up with demand. So instead of just... Yeah, I'm just going to build another forestry. Because I am tired with it not keeping up. So let's go to the house attractiveness overlay. Make sure... Oh, you know what? This forester is actually a bit too close to the shelter as well. It's giving a negative attractiveness, I think. So I'll build 2 forestries... here and here to replace this original one. Cinnalipples, thank you for the bits. Welcome to the stream. Oh, that's a bad... Well, yeah, that's a bad spot. So let me cancel this and put it on the road, which will be a little bit better. Be here and here on the original road that I've established. Although I haven't built this road yet, but we will. Let's take a look at that. Oh, my goodness. All of these new settlers. And they're probably standing around not doing anything because I don't even have wood harvest tasks. No, I guess I did. Good. I was worried that I didn't have wood harvest tasks, but no, that wasn't true. But I'm going to hire a bunch of them as builders. So these are the people that showed up from the forum of No More Settlers. People that wanted to join, but they wanted me to build a shelter for them first. One of the reasons why my water is not bouncing back as fast is I have 25 new people to feed. And there we go. That greenhouse is officially fully looted. Pausing just a second. So the extra wind turbine got built. I have 200 power surplus, so I'm going to electrify my water tower to reduce the amount of coal that it takes to filter, which should let up on the amount of coal that I use from the kiln, because the kiln's not keeping up with demand as much as I'd like it to. And then some of these recyclers need to go back to cloth from metal, because I have a deficit of cloth. What in the lore was the disaster? So the game, the way it works is, and here's the puppy treats, is that it was just like a terror group that set off nukes. And yeah, I am going to need more power for the new forester, so let's get yet another turbine here. Stick a power pole in for that. And then these forestries should draw from this circle. Yeah. Terror group set off a bunch of nukes around the world. And we are 150 years later, coming out of bunkers, basically, to an irradiated world where we're trying to survive on the surface. Alright, what should the next goal be? After, well, I guess I'll wait until the weather station's done. It's about to be.
What's up, you blind little know-nothings? Long time
God,
no
she's so
see?
rude.
That's not true at all. How are things?
She likes me, though. So, another mechanic that I haven't explained yet is when you give fair deals, or deals that benefit the trader, they like you more. Your reputation with them goes up, and then they come with better stuff to trade for. So I know that I am in a bit of a deficit of coal, so I'm going to look to buy coal, and I will trade away my medicine because I have such an insane surplus of medicine.
Well, now that
To give them a good deal so they come back with a lot of stuff. So we're going to get 30 coal, which should help with the coal death, and giving away some meds, which we have tons and tons and tons of. We have more than our cap of meds, so it's not an issue at all. The expedition just returned home, so let's start a new one. What expedition should we go on now? Search for more seeds. We've come up dry a bunch of times in a row for seeds. But we could search for seeds yet again, or we could do science or technology or resources. That will be up to you. Here comes the weather station. Done. Major success. And then I'm able to do decorations. I'll start the decorations in a second. So here in technology, we're going to set up a weather station. Weather stations aren't really manned, so they could be really far away from the town center. Doesn't matter. There's no penalty to do that. So I'll set it up here. Ooh, it is irradiated around that, huh? Add the roads around it. And there's also an oncoming sandstorm that's about to blanket everything. Cool. Currently, it looks like my tailoring shops are not manufacturing enough gas masks, but that's due to a lack of coal. So I think what I'll do is add another coal kiln to help with that deficit of coal, and then to add another wind turbine to electrify that new kiln. Over here, the foresters, yeah, they're done. So I'm going to delete this original forester. So the original lodge is going to go down, and then I'm going to employ 8 foresters in these 2 new lodges, which are both electrified. So if we take a look at the grid here, we have, well, that hasn't been destroyed yet, but we'll have a surplus of 200 power, which is enough for this kiln once it's built. Actually, more than enough, and that's actually enough surplus to put the tailor shops in and workshop to be electrified as well. Our pub and our market got broken. No, that's not true. What got broken? A bunch of cabins got broken. So let's, I already have 15 builders, so that should be fine. And it looks like we're going to be an expedition for technology. So I am going to return to the nuclear power plant because we didn't finish. Metal tools, radiation suits. Let's go. I don't think there's more technology there, but I might as well finish it because I've started it. So that helps. Low water reserves. Yep, noted. I'm about to be out of drought, though. Should be okay. There we go. I'm out of drought. Water should bounce back. All right, these 2 foresters should help the wood production. If I wanted to, like, keep a close eye on it, if I take a look at, like, let's say wood, I can see how much I'm producing. So now with the 2 forester lodges both electrified, we should see that kick way back up. Plus the road has been built so that they're it's an easy transportation distance to get there. So that should bounce back nicely, I think. As far as scrap goes, this scrapyard is just about out of scrap to grab. So I'm going to set their work center up down here. There's 300 scrap to grab down there. And then also continue the road that I had to that scrapyard, or to for the gatherers, to make it easier for these scrap people to use that road. Thank you for tuning in to Endzone, A World Apart, which originally streamed live on Twitch May 24th. If this game interests you and you'd like to purchase it, I do have an affiliate link in the description of this video. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. And if you'd like to chat with me in real time about this or any of my other content, Rhadamant.com or the description of this video have a link to Discord. If you'd like to catch live streams of mine, Rhadamant.com also has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams, as does Discord in the events. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell.